My name is Eduardo Enriquez. I'm a member of Tri-Cities Community Solutions. We have a statement, what happened on Saturday, May 9th, on a rally. On Saturday, May 9th, members of the Tri-City Community Solutions, MEChA, and members of the community took part in a rally from Volunteer Park through the streets and sidewalks of Pasco. The group left the park, headed north down 3rd Avenue towards Court Street, taking up one lane of traffic. When we reached the intersection, we took a left on Court Street, headed west towards 20th, effectively shutting down one lane of traffic en route to 20th. Demonstrators held the intersection at 4th and 20th for a few moments before moving south down the length of 20th towards Lewis Street. Once at Lewis and 20th, the group again took a left turn east onto Lewis towards Vinny's Bakery and the infamous corner of 10th and Lewis, where Antonio Zambrano Montes was murdered by 3 Pasco police officers. Once again, demonstrators held the intersection, this time chanting while walking in a large circle. 2 officers made contact with a member of Tri-Cities Community Solutions, thanking us for keeping the march peaceful and protesters safe, and told us we could continue the remainder of the route in the street. Until then, the police trailed at a safe distance with no interaction with protesters whatsoever. At this point, protesters had already marched for about an hour and a half and close to 4 miles without incident. As we approached 5th and Lewis, within a short distance of the destination, that sentimentally quickly changed. The officers cut off the route, got out of their cars, and began calling for backup. As we took our final left turn back into 3rd Avenue towards the park where the march would conclude, 17 additional officers in yellow vests approached us from behind and quickly were walking alongside of the protesters. Our peaceful, non-violent march, according to police themselves, was now being aggressively confronted and forced onto the sidewalks by an overwhelming number of officers. Prior to this interaction, we have been told that we could complete the remainder of a route in the street by the same officers. The situation quickly became hostile as officers pressured all attendees back onto the sidewalk, and an intense conversation began taking place between citizens and the officers. The police proceeded to escort us the entire distance of 3rd Avenue back to the park. Upon reaching the park safety, dozens of marked and unmarked cop cars began circling the park. We stayed there for approximately 30 minutes to discuss the rally, de-escalate emotions, and rest from the lengthy walk. When protesters began to leave, cop cars began swarming. One man was arrested leaving on foot on 4th Avenue, half a block from the park. We documented the arrest on cameras and simultaneously learned that another protester was under arrest while sitting down to have dinner at a local restaurant. After hearing of the 2 arrests and learning that a bench warrant had been issued for individuals who were in attendance, we then walked to the Franklin County Courthouse to discover who had been arrested and find out bail amounts. At this time, an entourage of approximately 25 officers surrounded us and made one final arrest, a 56-year-old diabetic man. All 3 men were arrested on bench warrants for obstructing traffic. They were detained in the Franklin County Jail until Sunday. This was the second time peaceful protesters were targeted and arrested by Pasco Police, but still no arrest for the officer who killed Antonio. Thank you.